Hello friends, and welcome to my March diaries where I will be filming the random books I am reading and just talk about life, show my life. It's kind of an all-encompassing vlog that will probably span all month. So this month, for reference, I am participating in Middle Grade March as well as Realmathon. Middle Grade March is getting its own vlog that is currently underway, but Realmathon is not, so it will be included in this. I have completed a few books so far, which I can kind of mention a little bit later on, and I will say, if I look or talk a little bit differently, I am struggling with very intense dizzy spells. They come and they go. I'm currently in the middle of one, but that's kind of what is happening, so I might look a little bit off. It's not that I don't love doing YouTube, it's just physically I'm feeling very meh. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the books that I'm currently reading and will be reading in the upcoming days, and then we can go on our merry way and start this vlog just so you have a point of reference. I am currently in the middle of, like 1/3 of the way through Adia and the Circle of Shamans, which was my February book club pick. I am 94 pages in. This is a middle grade fantasy, the first in a series, and I don't know how I feel about this book so far. I'm almost 100 pages in and I'm I don't know if I like this or if I hate this. But I will keep reading and see if I power through, because it's not a bad book in any shape or form. I don't know what it is with this book. I pick it up, I'll read a couple of pages, and then I'm ugh, I'm not interested. But it is a good plot. I am enjoying the writing and the characters, so I'll tell you more about it once I pick it back up. I'm still reading Mistborn, though I have made some progress. I'm almost 350 pages through. This needs to be done today. I am going to sit down with my audiobook and just power through the remainder of the 200 last pages. I'm assuming the Brandon Sander launch, why can't I say it? See, I'm struggling with my words. The Sander launch is coming, so that should make it go by quicker. I think I have a little less than 4 hours of the audiobook left. I need to get this done. I am liking Mistborn, honestly, but it's not comparing to Stormlight Archives yet. And obviously they are different books, they are different ranges within fantasy, they are different stories. So is it fair to compare them? Probably not. But my attachment to the Stormlight characters, which was much more straight away than with Mistborn. And again, I think I touched on this in my February wrap-up. I think my enjoyment of Sanderson is going to change because circumstances in my life are changing, and that obviously has an effect on how I read and appreciate Sanderson. But I think eventually it will become something positive. It's just for now I have to kind of shift my perspective, and it's harder to read this and not be able to scream about the book, because if I talk to my partner about it, he's not going to understand anything, nor is he really going to care. My partner does not read. He is not a bookish person, and as much as he could pretend to care, I know he does not care, and he doesn't owe me anything. He doesn't owe me to care, but it's just harder sometimes because I just want to talk about this book because there are certain characters in here that I'm absolutely obsessed with, and other characters that are kind of fine, but the characters and the moments that I'm obsessed with, especially because Brandon Sanderson knows how to write a delicate romance story, and I want to be loved Brandon Sanderson makes his characters love each other. And you know when people say to be loved is to be known? This shit right here is the prime example of to be loved is to be known. So I have some positive feelings on Mistborn, but it's just not hitting as hard as I expected it to because of a lot of different things I'm not going to get into, and it's also because I'm dragging out this book for some ungodly reason, and we're finishing it today. I swear to God, I'm going to sit down with my earbuds, but it's also because I just got an Xbox in my office and I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, and it's probably not good for my reading, especially because this I physically read while I listen. I can't just plop in the earbuds. I'm not smart enough for that. And then we have my 2 middle grade March books that I'm probably going to tell you in passing once I'm finished, but I'm not actively going to read within this vlog. They are The Liar Society and Skandar 4, which is Skandar and the Skeleton Curse. So that is what I'm kind of doing. I have read 3 books so far. 2 books maybe. 2 or 3 books so far this month. But I'm in the middle of a lot of them, obviously. So once I have more of those kinds of reading updates or life updates, I'll let you know. I will say I just got a new addition for my bookshelf, which is a projector light that does like galaxies, because I went to my sister's house and my niece, who was 3 years old, had that in her bedroom, and I was like, I'm gonna copy my 3-year-old niece. So that is happening. I also got my beautiful bullet journal from Rachel, from Remarkably Rachel, who is Gabby from Gabby Reed's sister. It finally came in. This month is my birthday. My birthday is in less than 2 weeks now. I'm going to be turning 20 years old. So yeah, it should be a fun vlog. I'm going to update and, you know, bring you along with me during my life. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I'm here with some reading updates. I did finish Mistborn yesterday at like 11 p.m. I did accomplish my goal of getting that done. I need a little bit of time to process all of the sad feelings I have. Not sad because I did love the book, sad because the ending really hit hard. So I'm gonna come back to you probably in a couple of days with like final thoughts and just wrapping up that first Mistborn book, but obviously I will be jumping on to book 2 very quickly. But I wanted to update you guys because I finished that, and I've also been listening to Tress of the Emerald Sea, which is my book hive pick for read a pirate book. This is a reread. I've been listening to it for a big portion of the day because I was at work, but it was a ped day, so I was doing like notes and stuff. I didn't have to see any students. Let me see where I'm at. I'm gonna pause this and come back. So I made it just a little bit over the 200-page mark, and I was technically kind of buddy reading this with 2 other people on Instagram. One person has already finished, and I don't know about the other person. But yeah, this is a reread. I'm about halfway through, and we'll probably be finishing this this evening by listening to it via audiobook. I'm listening to this with the graphic audio. The first time around I listened to the regular audiobook, and this time I did go ahead and use a credit for the graphic audio, and it is mind-blowing. I love Tress with every fiber of my being, and I say this time and time again. It has become a comfort read for me. It's one of my favorite stories, and this really cemented that Brandon Sanderson was an author for me. And now that I've read, I think 5 of his books, Tress remains my favorite. It's just, I can relate to Tress on like the deepest level, so it's good to be back. I'm loving the graphic audio. I'm picking up on things I didn't pick up the first time around. All the same quotes that I highlighted in this the first time are sticking out to me yet again, and I'm not surprised. I'm just having the time of my life. Again, I have a full video of me blabbing about Tress for like half an hour, so I won't get into it that much in this vlog, but that has been happening. I have also been working through the Hunt for the Golden Scarab by MJ Leonard. This I'm reading for the Bookshelf Blitz as well as my 40% vlog. Honestly, if this wasn't so short, I would probably just DNF it. I am finding that this is okay, but it's definitely not going to be a favorite, and it's just not standing out to me. I don't love this. I'm not even sure if I like it, but I'll talk about it more in those vlogs. But I'm 40% of the way through that one. I'm giving myself to the 50% mark to make up my mind on whether or not I am going to finish this one. So yeah, I also wanted to jump on here because I received something extremely exciting today. And I wanted to share, and that is this. It's so tiny. I love it. Like this compared to a middle grade paperback and then compared to a hardcover book, it's tiny. This is Edge Dancer. It is a novella in the Stormlight Archives series. Technically, I think you're supposed to read this between book 3 and 4. I did, or is it book 2 and 3? I don't even remember, but I did not read it. But this is Lif's story, and the reason I'm so excited to show you this is because it's actually a gift from Sarah, who Sarah is probably hands down one of my favorite people I've met on the internet. Like combined, she is one of the sweetest people ever. I love talking about books with Sarah. I just think she is such a kind-hearted person, and Sarah had already sent me gifts last year for reaching 2K as well as for Everbloom, and then she decided, because she's such a kind being, to send me this for my birthday, which is in less than 2 weeks, and her note is just so precious, and I wanted to say thank you, Sarah, for this. This made my week. I never expect to be gifted anything, and it's always such a treat when I come home to a package and I'm like, I did not order this, what is this? And so that was such an amazing way to start my week, and obviously this is going to be added to my TBR to read probably before I go back and pick up Rhythm of War. Yes, Rhythm of War. Before I continue on with that, I'll go back and read Lift's story because I absolutely love Lift in the Stormlight Archives, so I can't wait to read this. So, yeah. Do I have any other updates? Probably, but I can't think of any right now, so I'll jump back on when I do have more updates. Thank you again, Sarah. Hello! Happy Tuesday, you guys. It's 5 p.m. I've been home from work for like half an hour. My dog has been alone not all day, but for a good portion of the day, and she's never usually alone this long, and she's stir crazy, so you might hear her in the background. I don't have a lot of updates, though I will say I did almost finish Tress of the Emerald Sea. I have an hour left of the audiobook. We're getting to the best part, which is the ending, though all of that book is absolutely glorious, and I will be sad for my reread to be done, but at least it will be done and I can go back to it whenever I want, which is the magic of books. But I also did finish yesterday The Hunt for the Golden Scarab. I'm not even going to talk about it here. I talked about this in my Bookshelf Blitz vlog and my 40% vlog. So if you want to hear my thoughts, I recommend you go see either one of those videos. But I did complete that, and so I'm 2 books ahead of my 90 book reading goal currently, and I'm at 5 books completed for the month, which is really good for me. So yeah, I have appointments pretty much every evening this week, and I don't like appointment heavy weeks. Some of them are fun, some of them not so fun, so I thought I'd kind of give you guys a rundown of what is happening. First appointment is this evening. I'm getting my nails done. They have grown. This was my first time getting my nails done professionally. I loved my nails. I love my nail tech. She is one of the kindest people on earth, and I really loved the design. So we're going back at 6:30 today to get a fresh set of nails, which is really exciting. Tomorrow I am going to get something done at the esthetician for my face. We'll see how that goes. For the first time, I have a little bit, like everybody on earth, a little bit of a mustache, and so we're gonna try to at least reduce that because it bugs me. I don't care if anybody else has a mustache, but I have been wanting to get that done for years, and so I just kind of bit the bullet and called, and I have an appointment tomorrow. And then we have some visit. Ugh. And then on Thursday is the least fun appointment. I have a doctor's appointment at 8:30 at night. It's late for an appointment, but it's fine. I'm just grateful that I get to see my dog. Is chaotic to see a doctor. I am going for my dizzy spells because it just keeps getting worse. I feel like I'm on a boat or off a train like 24/7. My brain is mush. I'm having a hard time with my words, and I'm getting a little bit worried because it wasn't as bad the last time it happened, but it's happening again, and it's been almost 3 weeks. So I did call. It's not my usual doctor, but they can squeeze me in with a doctor who does like not emergencies because it's not an actual emergency, but like my doctor's clinic's kind of emergencies for the day, so that's why my appointment is at 8:30. But I'm just hoping that either they do some tests. I've done tests with my ears, I've done blood tests, but I just, like, I need an answer or at least a medication to kind of help me, because even the medication like Gravol, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to say that in English, but it's like to help with like if you're going in a car and you're like motion sickness. It's helping, but it's not alleviating all of my symptoms. So that is pretty much all that has been happening. I will be finishing Tress this evening. I'm probably going to play some more Dreamlight Valley. And yeah, my nail appointment usually takes a good amount of time, so that's pretty much all I'm going to do this evening. So yeah, I'll let you guys know when something else happens. Wish me luck. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. I just got home from work not too long ago. I did not wear the sweatshirt to work. I fell on my bum when I got out of my car. I was getting my bags. I fell on the ice, so I was all wet and disgusting. So I changed into comfies already. It's like 5 p.m. I did have an appointment, my first appointment, to remove like the little hair over my upper lip. We did it with wax, and I was a very, very brave girl, and I'm very happy. I go back in 2 weeks, but just I know my confidence is gonna soar with that done. I've been wanting to do it for years, so if I'm a little red, that's why. That was very close up, but that's the current situation. I did finish Tress. I don't think I updated you guys on this, but I did finish Tress yesterday evening after my nail appointment, which these are the current nails. I love them. I'm obsessed. This color of green is like my favorite green, so very up my alley. But yeah, I finished Tress. I can't talk. I swear something, I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like something's up with my brain. I'm not liking this. But yeah, I finished Tress, 5 out of 5 stars, a million gazillion stars. This is like a contender to be my favorite book of all time. I think I need to reread it once more, and then reread my 2 other favorites, which are kind of all changing, but my core favorites, like if you were to ask me as a reader what is your favorite book, I would have to say Listen to Your Heart by Casey West, because that book changed me as a young adult. Stalking Jack the Ripper is also my favorite book series of all time, though Skandar is shifting things with all of that, as is Tress, because right now, like 2025 Megan would probably tell you that her favorite book is Tress and her favorite series is Skandar, but Skandar is unfinished, and it's also because I've read it more recently. But the love I have for the Stalking Jack the Ripper series and Listen to Your Heart will never die out like those books. I will cherish with me till the day I die, as I do think Tress will eventually become that girl for me. And I know I say this again and again and again, but I need to get my hands on the Dragonsteel edition of this and all other pretty editions of Tress. I wish a bookish company would do a special edition of Tress. I do think it would be a perfect book to make a special edition, like with beautiful stenciled edges. Tress deserves all the love and more. So yeah, I am currently 6 books down for March, which is crazy to me. I feel like I've been reading so much. It is 6, right? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm down 6 books. I am starting a lot of new books, but I really need to, 1, finish my middle grade March TBR, and 2, finish this book as well that I haven't picked up since I started this vlog, or started the month of March. I think I read 1 chapter. So I don't know what is the vibe right now with the books. I'm reading this one for my 40% vlog. I started the audiobook today. I'm gonna have a blast with this. I also need to read books for Self-Destruct. I need to read books for Bookshelf Blitz. I need to read my buddy read, because I'm buddy reading a book with Sarah, which I'll talk about once I get to start that buddy read. There's a lot. Like I've read a lot, but there's a lot that needs to be read. I also want to slowly start The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 2 in the Mistborn series, and slowly make my way through that one. So yeah, I have ambitious plans for the rest of March. And I'm also gonna get, I know from my parents, a gift card to Indigo, so we can go book shopping. And I'm really excited about that. So yeah, we're more than halfway through the week, which this girl is very excited about. And I have a lot of things to look forward to. Tomorrow is my last day at work for the week, and then I work from home on Friday, so it's going to be prime audiobook day on Friday. And then this weekend we're having my birthday brunch. It's also Formula One that is starting back up. I am forever and always gonna root for Carlos Sainz. He just changed teams and he's gonna be my #1 this year. I have high hopes. So yeah, I think that's all. I love my nails, I really do, and my appointment made my heart soar. I love my nail tech. She is a fantastic person. I think I'm gonna game tonight. I'm gonna play Dreamlight Valley, which, by the way, if you want to know what my character is called, it's called Tress. All my little characters now are called Tress when I play video games, because I swear I've never seen myself in a character more than the main character from Listen to Your Heart and Tress. So that is all I have to say. I'm sorry for all the rambling in this vlog. It's insane. But with the daylight savings and there being more light outside when I come back to work from work, I can update you guys, and that is such a game changer. Happy Friday, you guys. It's noon, it's a work from home day, and the sun is shining. It is nice outside, and I'm in a better mood. I did go to the doctor's last evening. My appointment, I think I mentioned, was at 8:30. I'm going to get blood test next Friday because that's the only available slot that fit my schedule. And I also had to go out and buy a blood pressure machine to take my blood pressure for the next week. And my doctor, well, the doctor who looked, took on my case yesterday, who's not my normal doctor, is going to call me in a week to see. So far, though, my blood pressure at home has been fine. It's always higher, when I'm at the doctor's, but it could shift and change. But my sister is a nurse and I've been sending her my results, and so far, like, it's not perfect, but it's not like what it was at the doctor's, and so I'm kind of relieved. But obviously maybe that is why I am dizzy, but then again, as of now, my numbers aren't high enough that they would cause this dizziness. So I don't really know what's going on still, but it just feels good to be kind of on track with all the blood tests I'm going to do. My doctor included like diabetes and all of these things just to make sure. So it's just, I feel relieved to be taken on by the doctor for this, and that they did not just like gaslight me and tell me, oh, you're just anxious. Which anxiety could be the cause of my dizzy spells, but it's not the only explanation. And so I was very happy, because sometimes when you get a doctor that isn't your doctor, or even some people's doctors are really shitty when it comes to that, but like, I think it went well. So yeah, I haven't done any reading, and it's weird because I feel like I always read a lot at the beginning of the week, and then my reading kind of slows down, and then it kind of picks back up with the weekend. But I'm kind of in between books, and I'm not sure where my head is at, like what I want to pick up next, what I want to read over the weekend. And I hate that kind of in between space because I'm not reading and it's hard to pick up books. That's why this year I feel like I've had multiple books on the run all at once, so that I never kind of had this issue. But then when you run out of all these books, it's like having to pick them back up is kind of the tricky bit. So I'll update you guys once I know what it is I'm reading. This weekend is Formula One and my birthday brunch. My partner and I did our Formula One fantasy teams, and I'm very excited to watch the upcoming season. And yeah, that's pretty much the vibe. I will say, I feel like all my dizzy spells is a very good reminder that I need to like take care of myself. So I am taking actionable steps for that. I even took an appointment for acupuncture for allergies, which apparently helps a lot, and I struggle with allergies year round. It is a very big thing. Like, I lost my sense of smells because of allergies. So we're doing that, and we're gonna like keep adding stuff so that I can feel better. But yeah, it was mostly just a health update, not really a reading update. But yeah, so far I'm 2 books ahead of my 2025 reading goal, which, go me. Hello friends, it is yet another Monday. It is March 17th and I'm here for updates. First of all, we're gonna talk about my appearance. I look disheveled, I look puffy. I had a severe allergic reaction yesterday and it was a very scary experience. I've had some in the past, but as allergies do, usually, the more you have allergic reactions, the worse it gets. I was like this close to going to the ER. I'll insert a photo. I don't think it does 100% justice to what was happening, but essentially I had my birthday brunch in the morning. I felt great, had a lot of fun. I came home and I started to like sneeze a little bit more than I usually do. And again, I have allergies like 24/7 every day. To what? I don't know. I know it's allergies. We don't know what I'm allergic to, even if I've done tests in the past. And my face started to swell, and I usually feel it from my throat and my nose. And so my nose became very, very swelled up and I could not breathe. I can't breathe by my nose, but it was like more stuck and my throat was starting to swell. I could not stop sneezing. My eyelids, you can still see they're a little bit, you know, swollen, as is my nose. And we're like 24 hours later, but it just wouldn't go away. I had to stand in a shower for like half an hour, and it took about 8 hours for my symptoms to kind of start to slow down. Don't ask me what happened. Don't ask me what I'm allergic to. I don't know. But it was very, very, very scary, and my body feels completely drained. I will be honest. I'm exhausted. I cried this morning. My sister is like the biggest blessing in my life. She's also a nurse. And so she gave me a bit of pointers as to how to make my body feel better and when to go to the emergency room if it happens again. And I called and I took an appointment with my doctor for, she only has like availabilities late April to discuss it. Ideally, I would need an EpiPen with me and to go back to an allergist and to see professionals for this, because I am developing this fear that my allergies, and I know not like I can't even talk. Anaphylactic shock is a thing, like with allergies, and I really don't want to get there. I'm very grateful. I live like 5 minutes away from a hospital, but it was all very scary. And so this is why I look like this. I did not want to, I got interrupted by my dad, who is an angel, who brought over my tax papers, but he just wanted to talk to me about something, so I obviously picked up the phone. But yeah, that's why I look like this. And obviously I didn't want to talk to you guys yesterday looking and feeling like I was. But I have several book updates. I'm gonna try to make this quick. I need to leave in like 10 minutes because I have an appointment with my social worker. But also I did not go to work today, and I think going to work tomorrow is gonna be very, very difficult, but I'm gonna power through and be a responsible human being, even though I feel like I need a week of actual vacation. It's not gonna happen. So let's power on. Books. I read 3 full books from start to finish during the 48-hour gala for the Realmathon. So here's what I read. The first thing I read is The Rescue of Ravenwood by Natasha Ferrant. This is a contemporary middle grade with a little dash of magic, and it's very much within the topics of the environment and like wildlife preservation and growing up within, like, I was going to say the woods, but it's not necessarily the woods, but just an area that is like filled with animals, and then people wanting to take it down for money. And it's those 3 kids that we follow who rescue Ravenwood, and that is the theme of that story. I never read from this author before. I do own another book by them in the same kind of veins, I believe, though the story is different, but like the vibes it emulates is very much kind of like a contemporary with a dash of magic. And I would definitely give this like a 4 out of 5 stars. I listened to the audiobook. It was a lot of fun. I will talk about this one more in my middle grade March blog. And then I read Mia and the Lightcasters by Janelle McCurdy. This is a excellent middle grade book, but when I went on Storygraph to look at the reviews, I was curious because I feel like I've seen a few people on Instagram. I have a few people I follow for middle grade recommendations. I could probably leave some of them down below if you guys are interested. That really enjoyed it, but the reviews are very much all over the place. Either I feel like you love this or you hate it. I've seen a lot of people give it like 2 or 2.5 stars. This is the first in a middle grade fantasy, and I really enjoyed it. I don't think I've settled on a rating yet, but this is eventually going to become like a go-to middle grade recommendation for me. I am definitely going to continue with the series. These are the UK covers, so I'm going to wait until they do my next Waterstones order, but I will be getting the 2 other books. I think this is going to be a trilogy only, but I'm going to get the other books in the series. Yeah, I really loved it. This is about this young girl who lives in a world where people have, why am I blanking on the name? Umbras, and they are what you see on the cover, and basically you are kind of bonded to them, and they are kind of these mythical creatures. And at the beginning of the story, our main character parents and everybody else who has umbras, who are kind of like protecting the city, are taken away, and it's up to Mia, a friend of hers, and her little brother to kind of bring them back and save everybody. I really enjoy these kinds of stories, so it was obviously a no-brainer for me. It is a longer middle grade. It's over 400 pages long, but I loved it. And again, the audio for this, fantastic. I also read Greenwild, The World Behind the Door by Perry Thompson, which is a long time coming. I have tried to pick up Greenwild probably 2 or 3 times. I don't know what necessarily was making me kind of stop and put it down and then not pick it back up. This is again the first in a middle grade series, and it is all about green magic. We follow a young girl whose mother disappears, and then she finds herself within the world of Greenwild, which is like a botanical world, and she goes on this journey to try to locate her mother, and within that kind of delves into this world, and some mysteries and intrigue come into play. There's also this cat named Napoleon who's really fun. This, I think, is not my favorite first in a middle grade fantasy series, but I do think the series as a whole has a lot of potential. I don't really know where my issue with Greenwild is yet. I finished this yesterday, again through the audiobook, but there are beautiful, like, this book is very pretty. Very pretty. There are some illustrations in there as well. But yeah, I've been sitting with it. I don't really know. I'd probably give this like a 3.5, and I will be picking up book 2, which I own, and then probably book 3. And I don't know if this is it. I'm sorry, words are still very hard. I don't know if this is only a trilogy or if there will be more. I'll have to make up my mind eventually on whether or not I'm committing to the full series. I don't know if it's an issue with pacing or the writing itself or the world building. There's just something, a little thing that is bugging me, but I can't put my finger on it yet, and maybe by reading book 2 it'll like be easier to figure out. But overall, I would recommend this as well. I think it's a really fun time. The audio is really nice. It's just not a standout for me, though I do understand why people enjoy this, and I loved the diversity of our main character and all of how that was interweaved within the story. And there are a lot of different plot twists that felt less middle grade. Not that the book doesn't feel like middle grade, but like that were a little bit more out there and a little bit more thought out, which were very impressive to like me. Like I didn't click as to everything that was going on. I think it was a fantastically well done when it comes to weaving those things into the plot. and I am currently reading yet another book that wasn't on my TBR, but honestly, I'm just having the time of my life with all of these audiobooks, and I decided to read The Marvellous. I had put up a poll on my community tab giving you guys a few different options, and then I also asked my partner, and everybody chose The Marvellous. And I am having a marvelous time, no pun intended. What time is it? I am crushing through these. This has the potential to be another middle grade fantasy favorite. We are following a main character named Emma. Not Emma, Ella. I'm currently reading this. And basically she has these kinds of powers, and like as her family and other people in this world do, that are not super accepted by the community that is the Marvellous. And at the beginning of the story, it's like her community and the Marvellous are kind of coming together, because the Marvellous is this kind of like academy where you go to and then you kind of learn about magic and all of these things. It's kind of like a magic school. And they're opening up places for the first time to people like Ella. And Ella is the only one of her kind that goes to school. And so it's a lot about going through all of this with the discrimination and people not being happy that she's there because they don't like her powers and what people with her powers do, and it's a lot about racism and bigotry, and it's very interesting. The narrator for the audiobook is one of my favorites. When I heard her voice at the beginning of the audio, I was like, yes, absolutely, thank you very much. I was so excited, and the whole story does not disappoint. I love the school vibe. It feels very much like every other magic school that I've adored reading about, and so I have high hopes that this can be a 5-star read, and so far it is not disappointing. I'm about 40% of the way through it now, and I will most likely finish it in the upcoming days, and I will let you know about it when I do. So yeah, not much more has been read from the physical TBR that I had planned for March, but I'm knocking out books and I'm super enjoying like all of them. Middle grade fantasy is definitely where it's at for me currently. And I'm very excited to continue on with this series once I'm done with the book, in hopes that like the remainder of this one does not disappoint. I'm gonna go to my appointment now. That's all I had to say. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. I'm starting to feel and look a little bit better. The sun is shining. I just came back from a walk with my dog. It's like 14 degrees outside. I'm living my best life. And tomorrow is Thursday, my last at work day. I work from home on Fridays. And I think this is going to be the last update for this vlog. I know I said it was going to span throughout March, but I'm going to pick up another vlog from like tomorrow for my birthday weekend and the last weeks of March, because I am yapping a lot in this vlog because the sun is out after work, which means I can now update you guys, which means I talk a lot more. So I'm gonna end this with a last update about the Marvellous. I'll show you guys the presents I had gotten from my family at my Sunday brunch, and then we'll start a new vlog for my birthday and all of that. I also think it's a good idea to stop here because I haven't uploaded on YouTube in a while because of all the health things. So it's gonna be a good way to push you guys in the loop before it's too late. So, Marvellous. I am now 80% of the way through the Marvellous and am having the time of my life. I'm probably gonna finish this evening, but I really doubt my thoughts will change. This, I think, is gonna be a 4.75. I really love this. I just like, this would probably be in my top 15 middle grade recommendations of all time, like my top 15 favorites, maybe even top 10. I would need to look again at what my top 10 is, and I've been reading a lot of middle grade, but this is definitely one of the best middle grades I've read this year, and just generally I'm having so much fun. As long as the ending sticks, I will be super happy with this, and I know book 2 is on Book Outlet, so whenever I haven't passed an order on Book Outlet in years, but I might. So this is definitely a series I will be continuing. So that is like a very good time. I've been listening to the audiobook as I go on my walks, as I do my paint by numbers, which I feel like I should show you guys, but yeah, I might do that also before I end the vlog. But let me show you what has been given to me by the kindest people. First thing I did buy for myself, but it's like a birthday present from me to me, is this cute top with like, this color I absolutely adore. Clearly it's the same color as my nails, but like it has these cute buttons, and it's kind of a cardigan, or you can like wear it closed or open. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of this. I had a lot of birthday like coupons from American Eagle, and the birthday coupon you get if you're a tier 3 member. Very excited about this. And then from my sister, I'm so excited about this. This is another paint by number by a brand I hadn't tried yet. I don't even know what, I'm assuming this is the brand. It is stunning. Like, these colors are giving. The thing with paint by numbers is usually the quality of the canvas is not always on point, but I do have high hopes for this one, and I just think it's such a nice gift. The colors feel very me. Like, if you guys can, I'll show you. This is the color of pants I'm wearing today. So like the color is very much everywhere in my life. And she also gave me this, which I thought was really cool. These are stickers, but like it's diamond painting, but for stickers. And I thought that was really, really cool because I want to do diamond painting and I love stickers. I'm like a child when it comes to that. So I thought this was a very, very thoughtful gift. I love it. I told my sister I was almost done with my paint by numbers. She clocked it. And then my mom and dad also got me a paint by numbers, which again, you can see I love plants. They're a little bit everywhere. This is all plants. I have tried Artist Loft before. I was struggling a little bit with the type of canvas, but I'm definitely going to try again with this one, and I'm super grateful. And again, love, love, love this. It's a lot of green, but it's going to look so good when it's done. And these have the kind of hangers that you can use to like actually put up your art once you're done, which I absolutely adore. And then my mom and dad, I say mom usually because she picked it out, but it's from my mom and dad, got me some candy. I love this brand, and so we got some non-sour candy and my favorite, which is sour candy. And it's a little bit of a joke gift. One, I do love candy. I am very much a sweet tooth, but when I turned 18, I don't drink alcohol. I've never loved alcohol, partying. I'm a book nerd through and through. Though saying that, some people are book nerds and also enjoy the occasional alcohol. I don't drink. And so when I turned 18, which is the legal drinking age in Quebec, I didn't get alcohol. I got a huge thing of candy. But basically, my family ate more candy than I did. People would sneak down in my bedroom and eat my candy. Also, I'm sorry, you can hear my dog all over the place. And so they were like, 10 years later, we're giving you more candy. But now I don't live with them, so the danger is not them eating it. And then my mom also got me these really cool things. This is a punch needle, which apparently punch needle isn't super hard to get into, and again, this very much is my vibe. So it comes with all the little things to do it. And then she also got me a cross stitch kit, which is the easiest stitch to learn. And these, I feel like these show you how much my family knows me. Everything color, everything beach themed, everything just very much what people call the coconut girl aesthetic is very much my vibe. So I'm super grateful for all of these little things to try. She also got me the punch needle tool, and they also got me a gift card to Indigo, which I will be using on my actual birthday. I'm gonna go book shopping, and I might also get some pajamas from Indigo and maybe a new jelly cat to add to my family. I don't really know, but that will be in the next vlog. So obviously I was extremely spoiled. I am so grateful, and the thing is, these gifts are extremely thoughtful. I was running out of paid by numbers, which is very much like a self-soothing mechanism. The social worker in me is very proud that I have found something that soothes me as much and that isn't on a screen, because I do love video games, but video games are on a screen and I don't want to spend my whole life on a screen. And so I can take paid by numbers outside. It's something I can do in the summer. It's something I can do in the winter. It's perfect. And so I'm very, very happy that like my family is contributing to my love of paid by numbers. Let me put that away. I'll be right back. So those are the wonderful things I got for my birthday. I will say I might also go ahead and gift myself some paid by numbers, because I am in a mood where I'm like, I want to treat myself for my birthday. I have been very good with like not buying books and not buying clothes and all of these things, and so I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway for my birthday month. All of that will be shown in the next vlog. I'm sorry not to include it here, but I don't want my vlogs to be 2 hours long. People don't watch my content for that long. So yeah, read a lot of books. My monthly wrap up is going to be a big one. I can't wait to see what I read for the remainder of the month, and very excited to eventually get the sequel to this. This is high on my priority TBR now. I think the rest of the series I will also very much love. So how many books did I even read for this vlog? Let me check. I think I may have talked about like 6 books, which is a lot more than what I usually talk about in my vlogs. So yeah, I still haven't finished my thoughts on Mistborn. Those will also be in the next vlog, so obviously subscribe if you don't want to miss all of that. I just need more time to sit with it to kind of articulate my thoughts. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it all the way here, leave a birthday cake emoji, and I will see you very, very soon with another video. Hopefully my health is getting better. So yeah, bye guys, happy reading.